What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael Weer, and this is my movie review for the movie Ready or Not. Now, Ready or Not is a movie about a group of adults that play the game hide and seek. But the writers couldn't call this movie hide and seek because of this movie. Not that they couldn't call it that, but this movie already exists, and so had they gone with this title, hide and seek, well, then, you know, people would have been like, wait, that movie with Robert De Niro where he has multiple personality disorder, is that what this movie's going to be about? And then maybe they wouldn't have gone and seen it because they didn't want to see a remake of Robert De Niro having multiple personality disorder. So it's not that movie. This is Ready or Not. Completely different thing. Let's do the review. And so guys, the movie Ready or Not is directed by Matt Olpin and Tyler Gillette. And right off the bat, I noticed while I was watching this movie that there seemed like there were two themes and two ideas being pushed. One supernatural and kind of a serious theme, and the other one was more of a campy, let's not take ourselves too serious theme. And I think that maybe because of two directors, that was the case. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. And so guys, the movie Ready or Not is about a woman on her wedding day getting married, and that night after the celebration, her husband's like, oh yeah, before we go to bed, here's the thing, we have to play a game with my family. And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's just like the central, my mom, dad, brothers, sisters, and whoever they've married, but we have to play a game with my family. And she's like, oh, well, what kind of game? And he's like, well, really, you decide. Sometimes you'll pick and it'll be chess, sometimes you'll pick and it'll be checkers, sometimes you'll pick and it'll be old maid, like, who knows, it'll be one of those games. But of course, she pulls the only card that is a bad card in that deck, and that is hide and seek, because the rest of the family knows that if you pull hide and seek, then they have to hunt you, and they have to kill you and sacrifice you before dawn, or they believe you'll all die, which is an interesting aspect of this movie because throughout the entire movie, you've got people in the family who are sort of younger, who don't really believe in the curse. They're just like, well, I think it's all nonsense. I think we'll all be fine. But you've got other people who are older in the family who are like, no, we've seen some stuff. We know what goes down. We absolutely have to find her, and we have to kill her. So that's where this movie takes off. And unfortunately, that's about as much of the movie I can give away without spoiling it for you guys. That's pretty much what the trailers did. I mean, they gave away a few of the key, oh my goodness, death moments, which I never understand when trailers do that, especially for horror movies. Like, you know, in a core cast of horror movies, they're not just going to off a bunch of people. So if you don't show that in the trailer, it makes it a little more exciting in the movie. But when you show those deaths in the trailer, you're like, okay, well, those are the 7 that are going to live, and those are the 3 that are going to die right away. I mean, it's a thing that they do in trailers, and I really don't know why. But without going into any more of the movie, because I really can't, I'll just give you some things I like, some things I dislike, and then a rating. So one of the things I like, guys, again, I liked the aspect of the game. I liked the idea of the movie. I mean, it was a new concept for me. I don't think they've done this sort of a thing before, and it's kind of fresh. It's the horror genre tends to get monotonous, right? It tends to, oh, it's a ghost, it's going to possess you. But every once in a while when there's a new idea, I think Winchester tried to do that. They were like ghosts in a house that were having different rooms built for them. It was a weird idea, but at least they tried something. So I like when a horror movie tries to keep going. I think the movie Don't Breathe was kind of like that. It's classified as a horror movie, but at the end of the day, it was a different concept. It was a different idea, so I liked that about it. I also like some of the actors in this movie. I think the actors did a really good job. There was a lady who was constantly like on coke the whole time, and so getting to see her kind of razzled up and ready to kill was kind of fun. And then Adam Brody's always a lot of fun, so seeing him do anything, I mean, ever since I saw him in The League, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm a big fan of The League, and so anytime I see him, I'm like, oh, he survived. He took 2 baby aspirin a day. And if you've seen The League, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Jumping into something I didn't like about the movie, and yeah, that's kind of what I touched on earlier, the tonal shift throughout the entire movie. I'm okay with the, is it a supernatural theme, is it not supernatural, is it all nonsense, hocus pocus, or is it real? But what I didn't like was the tonal shift. Each character seemed to go back and forth and back and forth. And again, I wonder if part of that is because of the direction, maybe having 2 directors at the same time kind of meshing their ideas into this movie. I don't know, or maybe that's just the writing. Maybe the writing put it like that. But either way, I didn't like that. I didn't like that the movie was taking itself extremely serious at some points, and then at other points, especially the very end, the last line of the movie, if you've seen it, it's like campy. It's like, haha. You know, like it's like Evil Dead and then the Evil Dead remake. The Evil Dead remake took itself very serious, and then Evil Dead didn't take itself serious at all. And then it's like if you put both of those movies together. That's my, I mean, it's not Evil Dead, just to be clear. It has nothing to do with Evil Dead. But that's my analogy. It's just like, if you watch the 2014 version of Evil Dead, and then you watch one of the original Evil Deads, and then you try to put those styles together, that's what this felt like. sometimes. And that didn't work. Didn't work for me at all. I didn't hate this movie. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it definitely was better than, you know, the trash pile that is Midsummer. That's right. Give me your dislike button for that. I don't care. But guys, at the end of the day, I gotta go ahead and give Ready or Not this rating. That's right, it was just one director too many. And that's my movie review. Guys, if you enjoyed this movie review, hit the like button. If you want to share this movie review with your friends, make sure you do that by hitting the share button. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that. And guys, if you've seen Ready or Not and you want to comment your thoughts in the comment section down below, make sure you do that so that you and I can talk about it. I love going back and forth with you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.